Hello everyone, my name is Robert. I am a cryptocurrency millionaire, and maybe in the future will be a cryptocurrency billionaire. You know, when I first heard about Bitcoin 2 years and 8 months ago from a millionaire friend of mine, he was very excited, really excited, like I've never seen him excited before. And he said, Robert, I'm getting rich with Bitcoin. I'm getting rich with Bitcoin. And I went, wow, what is Bitcoin? He goes, you don't know about Bitcoin? You're an honorary professor of business. You're a doctor of economics. You've been a millionaire 15 times and you don't know about Bitcoin? I said, I'm not a tech person. I'm not a programmist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dentist. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a policeman. I'm a professional business trainer. I know everything about sales, marketing, advertising, promotion. I know a lot about success. I have built huge groups of 10,000 people, 20,000 people, 50,000 people, 100,000 people, 200,000 people, and 250,000 people. I have taught millions of people on television. I've been on national television in Ukraine and Russia and many countries. So yeah, there are some things I know and many things I don't know. So I said, what is Bitcoin? He said it's cryptocurrency. I said, what's cryptocurrency? Well, you know, when you use your Visa or your MasterCard at the bank or the ATM, they have a crypto code. I go, oh, I got it. Okay, so it's like Visa, like MasterCard with crypto code, but it's with the computers. He said, yeah, and you download an e-wallet, an electronic system that keeps track of your money, and you can send money and you can receive money. I said, well, Western Union charges 10%. How much does it cost to send Bitcoin from my wallet to my friend's wallet? He said, nothing. I said, what? Zero? Western Union does $500 billion a year, and they get 10% from most people. That's $50 billion a year in transaction fees. Visa and MasterCard have over 110 million Americans on their accounts. And everybody pays a transaction fee. These companies have become billionaire companies on transaction fees. Now Bank of America has over $2 trillion. JP Morgan over $2 trillion. Many banks in China are $2 trillion, $3 trillion. The American economy is booming. Because of Trump and deregulation and many other things, the stock market is up $5.5 trillion. I personally know about a stock that's up 800% for 1 year. It's a Bitcoin stock. So yes, Bitcoin is booming. Well, I decided to really research how to get started in the cryptocurrency business. I did my research, I called my lawyer, I called my consultants, I talked to everybody for 6 months about how the systems work, the computer systems, GitHub, blockchain, transferring the money, everything. I did all the research I could possibly do, even though I'm not a tech person, even though I'm not a computer person. And if you're sitting home watching this video, it doesn't matter if you have $10 or $100 or $500 or $1,000. People who invested $1,000 in Bitcoin 8 years ago today are millionaires. Millionaires. People that invested $5,000 in Bitcoin 8 years ago are multi-millionaires. Many Americans have a car for $5,000 or for $10,000. They have a refrigerator for $1,000. They have an iPad for $1,000. They have an iPhone for $1,000. They have an Apple computer for $1,000. Do you understand the point? Everybody with $100 or $200 or $300 or $500 or $1,000 can learn to make huge money with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. How did I start? I went on Google and I typed Bitcoin Do it now. Go to your computer, type in Bitcoin, and read all about it. Some people are positive, some people are negative. It's not important. Right now, Google's market cap is over $100 billion. When I first heard, Bitcoin's market cap is over $100 billion. When I first heard about Bitcoin 2 years and 8 months ago, their market cap was like $10 billion. And my first question was, who's the billionaire who started Bitcoin? And the answer that I got back, it wasn't a billionaire that started Bitcoin, it was a group of programmers. A group of programmers? Every tech company in the world hires programmers to write programs, but normally the programmers don't become billionaires. Normally the programmers have a salary of $20,000 per month, $30,000 per month if they're super programmers. If they're average programmers, $100,000 a year. If they're starting programmers, $50,000 a year. In Ukraine, where I live, we can hire programmers for $300 a month, or $500 a month, or $1,000 a month. So I want you to learn about Bitcoin. I didn't know anything about Bitcoin 2 years and 8 months ago, and now I have 9 billion coins on my company's blockchain. 9 billion coins. Can you imagine? 9 billion coins at $2. It's $18 billion. I never thought that I would be a billionaire. Never. I was a millionaire many times, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. My biggest success in America was over 50 million. My biggest success in Europe was over 100 million. So it's serious. You have yachts, you have limousines, you have nice cars. But a billionaire like Bill Gates, a billionaire like Donald Trump, a billionaire like many other people like Apple, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, that's exciting. Go to google.com/finance and look at this company. Bitcoin Investment Trust. Bitcoin Investment Trust started just a few years ago. 1 year ago, their stock was $92. And last month they hit $900. $92 to $900. It's 1,000% in 1 year. And it's documented on Google Finance. Go find it. Bitcoin Investment Trust. I want you to learn how to be successful. And the best way to be successful is to follow the advice of other successful people. So when my millionaire friend told me about Bitcoin, he told me he invested $80,000 in Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $300. Then Bitcoin went to $500, then $700, then $1,000, then $2,000, then $3,000, then $4,000, then $5,000, $6,000. Now it's $7,000. So Bitcoin went up over 10 times for him, and he took the money and invested it in a hotel. Can you imagine that you invest $80,000, which would buy a nice car, or might buy a small house in America, but it certainly would not buy a hotel. And after 2 years of investing in Bitcoin, he had enough money to buy a hotel. Well, we've invested over $1 million in our project. It's small money today, but we've invested 2 years of our time, and we consider our time to be worth millions of dollars. I consider my time to be worth $3 million per month. That's $36 million per year. It's $72 million for 2 years. I've been working with the Bitcoin industry for 2 years, and I'm setting on 9 billion coins at $2. Now, Ethereum was setting on a lot of coins 1 year ago at $1. $1, look it up. Go to coinmarketcap.com and click on Ethereum and look at the chart. Ethereum a year ago was $1. Anybody that invested $1,000 in Ethereum coin 1 year ago, today has $300,000, because Ethereum today is $300. Can you imagine this idea? You invest at $1 and the coin goes to $300 in 1 year. It's 30,000%. Where in the world can anybody make 30,000%? It's unbelievable. But now Ethereum has a market cap more than $30 billion. And a student started the company. Can you imagine? Well, a student started Facebook, and now he's worth $50 billion. Students started Google, and now they're worth billions of dollars. Students started Apple, and now they have billions of dollars. Students started Groupon, and now they have billions of dollars. Students are the people we should be copying because they learn about computers at the age of 5, 7, 10, 12 years old. I didn't start using a computer until I was 30 years old or 35 years old. I'm 54 this month. So I'm, maybe an old man or whatever, but I'm not a technical person. But you can start today. You can start with $10, you can start with $20, you can start with $50, you can start with $100. The main important part is you start today. Go get on the market. Register on Poloniex. Register on Yobit.net. Register on Beatrix. There's a lot of them. Go to coinmarketcap.com and you'll see thousands of markets. Get in, get started, be careful. It's risky, like a casino. I was talking to a lady the other day and she was watching a news story about Las Vegas. 42 million people per year go to Las Vegas. For what? To give their money. To give their money. Do you think they build the billion-dollar casinos by losing money? Of course not. They build the billion-dollar casinos because millions of people lose their money to the casinos every month. So if you have a little bit of risk, if you're careful, if you study the market, then start with $10 or $20 or $50 or $100 and learn how to be successful. This market's going to boom for the next 10 years or 20 years or 50 years. Cryptocurrency is the future. Cryptocurrency is the future, just like Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express have been the future in the last 50 years. Thank you. I wish you success.